Same goes for adults who never heard the gospel. Okay, so first off, I owe an apology. In my attempts to make this, to make my videos simple for people to understand, sometimes I have a tendency to oversimplify, and I have even oversimplified to the point of being wrong. I made a video talking about how we're born with sin. That was overly simplified. I do not for 1 second believe that infants, if they die, go to hell. No, I do not believe that for 1 second. I do not believe the passages teach that. Here's a passage that teaches the opposite. In it, David loses an infant son, and he knows that he's going to see him again. So, no, I don't believe that. Now, what we're talking about here is the age of accountability. This is not a term you find in the Bible, but the evidence of it is all throughout the Bible. The idea is that at some point in your life, you make a decision to intentionally sin against God, or just intentionally sin, period. Like, you intentionally start to be devious and do, evil things, the lack of good things in your life. So with this, we don't know exactly what that age is. So the term is kind of a misnomer, but we do know there's a point where you make that decision, and that's when God holds you accountable. That being said, this person also says that people who have mental disabilities, God looks at them the same way. Well, that's not in the Bible, but I don't have a problem believing that for some. But I do know plenty of people with mental disabilities that have given their lives to Christ, that have repented of their sins. They do understand it well enough that I believe their repentance and their salvation is genuine. Now, here's the part I have a problem. This person also believes every adult who has never heard the gospel and dies is going to heaven. Well, the problem with that is then we are doing a huge disservice by sending out missionaries, telling people about the gospel, because if they're automatically going to heaven, then all we're doing is giving them an opportunity for hell. Think about that. Why would God send us out if the default is heaven? He would just be better off letting everybody live whatever kind of life they want, and hey, we all end up in heaven. No. So this doctrine was put together by well-meaning people who needed an answer for the question of, what about the people who never heard about Jesus? How is that fair to them? First off, fair is not the right word. The word is just. God could throw every single person in this world into hell who's not redeemed, and he would be perfectly justified, and his morals would not be compromised because he is the authority and he is just. Let's keep that in mind. However, there are a lot of accounts from missionaries who have been sent to unreached people groups. And when they got there, these people had already had a grasp of the gospel, and they would have reports of these angelic beings visiting, giving them the gospel. People were saved when no Christian had ever been there before. So I have no problem believing that there are entire groups of people who have been saved that we will never know about on this side of heaven. So, no, I cannot believe that the default is heaven, because then all we're doing is sending people to hell.